4 years after the critically acclaimed short A Grand Day Out, Aardman released the next Wallace and Gromit short, The Wrong Trousers. I'm sorry, Bad Pants for the Americans. Will The Wrong Trousers carry on the legacy of A Grand Day Out? Let's find out. In this one, to pay their rent, Wallace brings in a new roommate, Feathers McGraw. However, what he doesn't know is that Feathers is actually a criminal with a plan to get a diamond. Now, in case you're wondering, but Bastion, what does this plot have to do with the wrong trousers in question? Well, it's Gromit's birthday and the techno trousers is his gift. What I like about the story is that it's told through Gromit's perspective. Gromit is basically the main character of the wrong trousers, not only because of his birthday, but because he feels like he's being replaced, so he then has to find a new home. This story greatly benefits Gromit's character. I genuinely feel like there's more to him in this than in A Grand Day Out. While it's still a simple plot, it does feel like there's more to it, especially because the third character in the equation feels like a legitimate character. Great! In A Grand Day Out, the robot meant so little to the story that removing him wouldn't change anything. But in here, you remove Feathers, you basically remove the story. Apparently Nick Park wanted to give this a movie feel, and I can kinda see that. For starters, there's a real conflict going on this time. On top of that, the music can get pretty damn intense. However, this is arguably a nitpick, but the audio mixing later on can be a little off. There are times where I cannot hear what Wallace is saying.
Leave him to me, I'll get the bounder.
Also, there's more action scenes this time around, like the scene where Feathers steals the diamond, or the incredible train chase during the climax of the story. Man, I love that scene! Judging by the presentation alone, you could tell Nick Park was confident when making this, especially through the animation. The Wrong Trousers has that refined Aardman look I was talking about in the previous review. The characters have that familiar look we all know and love. And since there's action in the equation, that requires the animators to really amp up their skills when animating the action scenes. I have to bring up the train chase again. The scenes where you just see the characters moving on the train, it just makes me feel some things. In case you didn't catch on, The Wrong Trousers improves upon everything done in A Grand Day Out, even down to the pacing. It doesn't feel slow like last time, despite being longer. There's no scene that made me yawn or feel a little jarring this time around. The pacing is what brings everything together. Not only does it give The Wrong Trousers a movie feel, but a professional feel as well. And that's probably the strongest element about The Wrong Trousers. Not saying that A Grand Day Out didn't feel professional at all, but let's just say that A Grand Day Out walks so The Wrong Trousers can run. However, we can't end the review without talking about the characters. Like I said before, The Wrong Trousers is told through Gromit's perspective, so obviously you see a lot of Gromit. He does more this time around. Hell, you see more emotion with Gromit in this one, whether he's afraid, sad, or angry. This you can thank the animators for. They gave Gromit more character through just expressions alone. Cause you know, he has no mouth. But let's stop bootlicking Gromit. What about Wallace? Well, obviously he's an important character. After all, dude's in debt and he pretty much has to find a way to get out of debt. So what do? Give your freeloading dog the boot and have an evil penguin move in with you. In fact...
Yo, Ozzy, you gotta go. I'm sorry, but listen, Skipper has a 401k plan. You just have doodle butt.
Speaking of which, Feathers McGraw. He's the villain who hides his plan in front of the protagonist so he can pay his rent like a good boy. Much like Gromit, his character is expressed through the animation. And while he doesn't show as much emotion as Gromit, it's always funny seeing him sweat. Also, don't mess with Feathers now, he got the strap! Much like A Grand Day Out, there's not much characters here. But unlike A Grand Day Out, every single character matters to the plot. Before I wrap up the review, let's talk about the ending. Wallace and Gromit turned Feathers in and now he's in a zoo. I wonder if he'll come back for war. Overall, The Wrong Trousers is a damn near perfect follow-up to A Grand Day Out. With its fun story, intense action, and improved animation, this is a must-watch. Hell, everyone knows The Wrong Trousers is goated, especially since this became the first Wallace and Gromit thing to earn an Oscar, which is a big thing for the series. With how fantastic The Wrong Trousers turned out to be, I think it's safe to say that it'll only get better from here. What's next?